Places George wants to visit. Haven't you any romance in you?
Maybe I find a little romantic. I'd give him to my wife.
Just shut your mouth, or we'll see how much you like getting a ticket next week.
Fine, fine. You know, I got a hand to play. I'll never know about you out in your old rundown house that looks good as it does. How about this one?
Perfect. Let me put it up over here.
Did you get the rocks that came through the window upstairs? Got them all.
Alright, George should be here any minute now. So we have to make sure that everything's ready. And just remember everyone, stay calm.
That's right, just be calm.
Exactly, calm.
Because if we're calm, then Mary will be calm. She won't be nervous and... Ah! Is that him? Is that him?
Oh, it's him! He's here!
Okay, okay. Calm down. Quick, we need to get out of the way.
How you doing? I mean, good evening, sir. Entree? Monsieur? Entree?
Welcome home, Mr. Baby. Welcome home, Mr. Baby.
How did you?
Do you remember the night we drove from us this whole place? This is what I wished for.
Charlie, so wonderful.
Here we are, 2 years later.
Martin, you rented a new house?
Rented? You hear what they say, rented, yeah.
We own the house.
Me, Eduardo Martini. I own my own house. No more we live like pigs in Capra steel. Furniture again.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bailey, Mrs. Bailey. Here's nothing at the door. Before we go in, there's a few things we'd like to say. First of all, welcome home, Mr. and Mrs. Martini. You read that your house may never go hungry.
And the holy word of God, so that you can always remember from whom every good thing comes. Enter Martini Castle.
Numbers don't lie, Mr. Potter. Numbers? What numbers? Look, Mr. Potter, there's no scale of finance. I'm just your little rent collector. But you can't level up this Bailey Park anymore. 15 years ago, a few houses stuck up here and there. Look at it today. Dozens of the prettiest homes you've ever saw. 90% owned by suckers who used to pay rent to you. And the local yokels are making the day with and go out.
Oh, they are they? Even though they know the Baileys haven't made a dime out of it?
You don't really walleye, Mr. Potter. The Baileys are chumps. Every one of these houses is worth twice what it costs to build and run the building. If I were you, Mr. Potter.
Well, you are not me.
As I say, it's no scale of my nose. But one of these days, this bright young man is going to be asking Mr. Bailey for a job.
Push me back to the office. The Baileys have been a boil on my neck long enough.
Thank you for dinner, sir. That was quite a meal.
You liked it? Well, we should do this more often.
Well, I suppose I'll find out sooner or later. I thought it'd be over dinner, but what exactly did you want to see me for, Mrs. Potter?
George, that's just what I like so much about you. George, I'm an old man, and most people hate me. But I don't like them either, so that makes it all even. George, you know just as well as I do that I run practically everything in this town but the Bailey building alone. You also know that for some years now, I've been trying to get control of it or kill it. But I haven't been able to do it, George. You have beaten me. And as anyone in this county can tell you, that takes some doing. Take during the Depression, for instance. You and I were the only ones who kept our heads. You saved the building and loan, and I saved all the rest.
Yes, well, most people say that you stole all the rest.
Yeah, you just once say that, George. The suckers. Now, I've stated my side very plainly. Now let's look at your side. A young man, 27, 28, married, making the same
45.
45, out of which, after helping to support your mother, paying your bills, you're able to keep, say, 10 if you stay. Child comes along, and you aren't able to see it. Now, if this young man of 28 was a common, ordinary yokel, I'd say he was doing just fine. But George Bailey is not a common, ordinary yokel. He's an intelligent, smart, ambitious young man who hates his job, who hates the building and loan almost as much as I do. A young man who's been dying to get out on his own ever since the day he was born. A young man, the smartest in the crowd, mind you. A young man who has to sit by and watch his friends go places because he's stuck. Yes, he's stuck, frittering his life away for a lot of ordinary yokels. Do I paint a correct picture, or do I exaggerate?
What's your point, Mr. Potter?
My point is, I want to hire you, George.
Hire me?
Yes, I want you to manage my affairs, run my properties. I'll start you at $20,000 a year.
$20,000 a year?
Yes, you wouldn't mind living in the nicest house in town, buying your wife a lot of fine clothes, taking a business trip or two to New York a year, a trip now and then to Europe. You wouldn't mind that now, would you, George?
Would I? You sure you're not talking to someone else around here? Remember, this is me, George Bailey.
Yes, George Bailey, whose ship has finally come in, providing he's got enough brains to climb aboard.
Well, what's up with the building loan?
Confounded man! Are you afraid of success? I'm offering you a 3-year contract, $20,000 a year, starting today. Is it a deal or isn't it?
Well, Mr. Potter, I know I ought to jump at the chance. Can you give me 24 hours to think it over?
Sure, George. You go on home. In the meantime, I'll draw up the papers. Okay, George, you go home, talk to